Don't ever go with the flow. Be the flow.
Yeah. Hey.
And I don't need no middleman to talk to my nigga.
Yeah.
I understand if you don't understand. That's
Let
where
go.
we differ.
Yeah. Welcome to the We Differ Podcast, episode number 33 of the We Differ Podcast. I'm your host, Shelf 456, alongside my beautiful, lovely, and amazing co-host, E. How are you feeling?
Beautiful. I'm feeling beautiful. How are you?
I am great. After a short hiatus, we are back and we are lit. We like we never left. This is gonna be just like we riding a motherfucking bike, no training wheels. We back. I mean, you feel me? Episode number 33 of the We Differ Podcast. Subscribe, like and subscribe.
Comment.
First of all, comment, like and subscribe on YouTube. We trying to get these numbers up, so let's go. And we back. How much have changed, if any, since the last time we've been on these microphones?
For myself, I don't think much has changed. I'm just more knowledgeable of what I'm supposed to be doing and my planning and also in the gym. So like my life, I think my plan is more set in stone now. I haven't executed it yet. That's the big word. That's the word of the week.
Execution. Yes. Let's go. Yeah. I mean that's good. That's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's self-awareness, understanding, you know, what's going on. As far as me, like I think a lot has changed. The reason we kind of paused the podcast for a brief second was because I was kind of going through something, you know, personally, you know, over how can I word this? I lost a friend, and I like music is like my therapy. I make music, you know what I'm saying? And I haven't made music in years, and that kind of made me resort back to making music, and it was hard for me to do both podcast and music at the same time. To really get my feelings out the way I needed to. But now that I put the work out, you know, and I feel so relieved. It was such therapy making the music, you know what I'm saying? So now it's just like podcast is, you know, it's back and we ain't going nowhere. Yeah. So, you know, that was just to clear up anything that from people that's wondering where we've been and all that good stuff. Yeah, we back.
You like podcasting?
I love podcasting. Yeah. I really do love podcasting. It's one thing, it holds you accountable. It holds me accountable for things I do. I enjoy people reaction to it. You know what I'm saying? People telling me that it helped them, or even the people that want to argue with me, like, yo, you was wrong, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck is you talking about? I mean, like, I love the engagement. I love putting things out in the world and seeing how people react to it.
Okay. I think that's what it did for me because, first of all, I like I like potting. I've always liked it. I feel like we get along better.
Yes, when we podcast.
When we're because
that's
it
fact.
Sometimes when you are speaking publicly. You're forced to use words and you're forced to manage your emotions, and you have to speak like kind of like
you in therapy.
Like you have to make sense of things. So like say if because sometimes like I'll feel away or whatever, and like I won't acknowledge something, and then I'll come on here and then like I'll say whatever, because most of the conversations we have before we speak on these mics.
That's a fact.
So it's a little bit different. We're not like writing notes down or whatever, but we always have really dope conversations, and we're like, oh, we should talk about that. So sometimes I may not get off what I need to get off, and then like we come on here and it's like, oh, like I want to speak a little bit more like professionally when we're on the mics, and like I just relay the message to you a bit more better. Yeah.
I think podcasting is dope. I honestly think like all humans should have a podcast or a blog. Like, so you should write your thoughts and put them out, or you should just, you know, it don't got to be to this extent where you have cameras and everything, but you're gonna take notes on your phone and put it out. I think it's just such a relief and weight lifted off you. Being able to express yourself and having other people, you know, feel what you're saying or chime in or just the aspect of being able to change somebody in some way. You know what I'm saying?
And also what you mentioned, you said being able to like speak about things and other people's their perspective and things. So since the pandemic, I don't have a second job. I don't really interact with people. I was a bartender at my second job. So like I interacted with people a lot. So like now I just be like, I mean, I talk to shows. I talk to my family members, and like it's like really just like the only person who really even remotely disagrees with me is Shells. So like
a lot.
So when I'm speak about things like my family and my friends, because I'm the most sensible one in that group, they're like, oh yeah. And like I just feel like it's like sometimes it's no real feedback. So like this is the most engagement that I will get.
And that's another thing, the growth that you get from it. You know what I'm saying? Just the growth that you get from having intellectual conversations in front of microphones, like you said, because it do alter it a bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, sometimes I can be an asshole. I'm not gonna come on here and be like complete asshole. You know what I'm saying? Not an asshole like in a, you know how you get. But that's dope. That's dope. And outside of that, we've been hitting the gym hard.
Yes.
We've been bodying the gym.
Yes.
Well, I haven't been in the gym this week. I don't want to and I've been eating pancakes a lot.
Oh my God.
But I'm focused. I am focused. I really am focused. And starting Monday is back. I'm back. And he's my trainer now.
Yes.
Like we need like a round of applause. Where's my applaud at?
Oh, you done forgot.
Yeah,
you done forgot.
I'm not even gonna touch it because I don't want to mess nothing up.
All right. So pre-pandemic, we were like hitting the gym hard, like hard.
Facts.
There was no such thing as having an issue with getting up in the morning. Like we did that effortlessly. Like there was no snooze, like at all.
Yeah.
And we would we would run outside in dead of the winter, like 5 miles
on the water.
Cold
as fuck.
Like we was getting it.
Yeah.
Pandemic hit, and like it was hard to get back into the mix of things with the weight that was gained and just being off of like having had worked out for my whole life and then not working out for like those months was crazy. Like I'm a very active person normally.
You know what did it for me? And you just talking about this, like this brought it back to my memory and shit. We was out in the park playing tennis. And a fucking park ranger came and walked. Remember, he walked up and was like, yo, y'all can't be out here and shit. It's like a pandemic. The world is about that. I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of here, bro. It's just me and her out here. Like, why are you saying
we
can't? We was at the tennis courts.
Which one?
Out the park.
When we like coming from your dad's
and
house?
they put
they put the tape down.
They put the tape up. Yeah, I'm like, yo, they took down the course. I'm like, yo, y'all on some super nut shit right now. So but that was like the end. Like it was like, all right, so what, we can't work out. Like what the fuck? I mean,
yeah. So we were playing tennis in the winter. Like we were like really, really active. Like we would go to hit the trail. Like we were just like out here. I forgot that happened. But so I'm trying to get back into the mix of things. I went and got a trainer. That is not my thing. And like I mean, I was trying things and it's been trial and error. But I think I'm on to something. Like I never lift weights ever. I used to like just run on a treadmill.
Yeah.
And now like I'm really like learning. Like that's all I do. Like that's one of my passions. That's probably like that's like my second passion. Third. But all I do is look up like really healthy things to eat. We're vegetarian, so it's a bit easier for us. And also like ways to work out. Like that's my responsibility in this household. I feel like what we eat and like the gym and stuff, like
and the shakes after the gym.
But I put love into them shakes.
That's a fact. I think like now working out with you and you showing me how to really step my game up in the gym, because before I was bench press. That's all I really did. And then I stepped it up to calisthenics. So I do calisthenics before we start our what we do, and I'm really seeing results. It's crazy, but like this the cardio, like the hit that you have us do, mixed in with weights, and then the farmer's walk, like all that shit, it's making me so strong, man. I'm so like hyped. Like I'm excited to get to the gym. So.
And he wasn't like into it. Like at first, like he was like, I remember
I honestly turned you down for like 3 months straight.
Yo, bro. And then I had lost all that weight. You was like, I'm about to start doing what you do. I remember. But we used to go to the gym with like Shell's family or whatever, and like we used to do this burnout, and he used to turn us down every day. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And then now, like, if I try to leave the gym early, be like, yo, I gotta get to work. Like, I'm not trying to do this right now. Yeah. He'll be like, nah, like I gotta finish my workout.
That is crazy because it's like if it's one workout missed out that we leave out, I feel like we just didn't do anything.
That's ridiculous.
Super weird.
But yeah, great job. We're gonna continue about to level everything up.
That's a fact. All right, so let's get into these topics. The first topic on the list is, do you know? I forgot what it was. Oh, yes. We had a conversation the other day about, are you an adult at 18?
Yes.
Did I word that right?
Yeah.
All right, are you an adult at 18? I believe yes. E believe differently, and I'm gonna let her explain her case. You want to explain your case, or you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay.
Well, ladies first. No, I'll go first.
Wait.
So I believe just because you're 18 doesn't really mean anything. Literally the minute before, the day before you turn 18, it's like, oh, I was just a child just a couple of hours ago. Like, what the hell? Yeah. So like, I don't think that we should use that. And like, our minds in a way that the child's mind continues to develop it's like it's kind of foolishness to say that a child is just an adult just because they turn 18 years old. And with the conversation derived because I was saying anything that I said whatever when I was 18 years old, like I cannot be held accountable for that. Like it's a lot of things. Like first of all, I don't remember a lot of things that I did and said. Like my brother, I have this ongoing conversation with my brother. And he was like, well, why? How did you end up doing this? And I'd be like, I don't know. I was a kid. And I would not do those things now. Or whatever.
Yeah. I feel you 100% in that. My only thing is that you are held accountable when you turn 18. Like it's game time and you held accountable. So like if you do a crime, you charge it as an adult. You know what I'm saying? If you get kicked out your house and you call the police, they're gonna say, oh no, little nigga, you 18. You know what I mean? Like your mom, I mean, so it's like it's those two worlds clashing. And I do agree with you, but I do believe like, yeah, at 18 is you kind of like grown and you kind of gotta figure it out. And my other logic to that was I know 18-year-olds that's more adults than some 40-year-olds, you know what I'm saying? Like mentally. So while the 40-year-old do have more experience, I feel like the 18-year-old in that certain case took what he learned in his short amount of time and figured it out more than the 40-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see a difference. I think it's more of mentality based than age based. Okay. Like where you at mentally. I think you can be 15 and be better off than a 60-year-old. Okay. You know what I'm
saying? Heard, not word.
What?
You never heard that heard and word?
Nah.
Okay. But I think two things I want to say. I don't think you can compare like different individuals. I think you have to compare the exact individual at different points of their lives. So comparing me to you at whatever age at 18 years old, I don't think we can do that. I think you have to compare yourselves from 28 to 38 and myself from 28 to 18. I think we have to do that. Because due to the experiences that I've endured, I think I'm way better equipped to deal with certain things that will come my way. I'm with any situation any type of situation. I'm way better equipped now than when I was 18 years old.
I think for me, it's the complete opposite because it's like when I was 18, I was like...
No, we said 28 to 38.
But that's not fair. We were doing a 10-year span from 18 to 28.
All right, go ahead.
So when I was 18, I was like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, pause, whatever. I was bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and I was like ready for the world. I was like, all right, boom, what's next? What we doing? You know what I'm saying? And by the time I was 20, I started experiencing like tragedies. So like from 20 to 27, up until I had my daughter, I felt like I was better equipped at 18 than I was right before I had my daughter because I had so much trauma that happened in my life. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so I just feel like I was better equipped at 18 than I was mentally at 25, 26, because I was just in a different space. Like those experiences set me back. It didn't help me. When I turned 27, 28, then I started to like try to heal and started figuring out like, okay, I it's okay for me to feel like this. It's okay for me to, you know, release and not try to move forward in my life. You know what I'm saying? From losing so many friends and stuff like that. Because when I was 18, I was losing friends, but they wasn't friends from where I'm from, my block. They was friends from around the corner. Like they was cool, but like it wasn't as close. So yeah, I think I was more equipped at 18 than I was at 26. But when I had my daughter, it caused the level up and it gave me more to live for. So then my whole perspective changed.
Okay.
So but all that middle was just a foggy gray area. So it was experiences, but it didn't push me in a positive way or did anything for me.
Okay. So from your perspective, the experiences that you've endured set you back. And from my perspective, the experiences allows you to get over the hurdles that you will endure later on in life. Okay. So which do you think holds more weight? Society standards on 18 or I guess where we're at mentally and how we're developing?
I say I would say I mean society, because like we like a group think culture. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you 18, you 17, you 18, it's time to figure out, or it's time to go to school, or it's time to get a job. You know, that's what it is. If it's an individual type thing, me personally, I would love it to be like a 3-year period between 17 and 20, where you can experience, you know, you can say that it was a pre-college where you can learn taxes, you can learn credit, you can learn how to feel, how to understand your emotions, you know what I'm saying? Like be a human, you know what I'm saying? There's no courses in that. So I feel like that 3-year period, there should be something in between.
And to see if you actually want to go to
and to see if you actually want to go to school. You know what I'm saying? Because your parents, if your parents paying $30,000 a year, why not pay 15 a year, 15 grand? They have you travel around, experience things, and then that other 15 to figure out something that you really want to dive into. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Well, I feel, as far as that question, what holds more weight? I'm gonna go with how one is developing mentally for me, because I disagree with a lot with society standards. I really, really do. Like down to medicine, down to how our kids are raised, down to a lot. So like I'll be crazy to just go ahead and say like, oh, whatever society says. Like I really people will really think I'm a conspiracy theorist sometimes because of how much like I disagree with society. Like just because society says one thing, I think we're in a great place as a community where we're challenging things and because we're in this space, like there's not so much like fight back. There's not a lot of resistance. So like people, examples, like people can be openly gay. People can like homeschool. People cannot vaccinate their children, and it's not like against the law, where people really thought that they had to vaccinate. Examples like that.
Yeah, and people like it's just the world is so crazy. It's you don't gotta have it all together by 30 anymore. You know what I'm saying? It used to be like, yo, by the time you're 30, you need to know who you're gonna marry. You need to have a house. You need to have a car. You need to put yourself in all this debt. You know what I'm saying? Just to realize that the person that you with, you don't really love. You was just pushing an agenda, and then to be divorced, and then to be, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just so much. You know what I'm saying? That, so I do believe in change, and the way I live my life, you know, I'm a free spirit, so I don't go along with society. I think when it comes to 18-year-old being 18, I always look at it from like a bad base, where it's just like, okay, you 18, you do a crime, you get in charge of it though. I mean, you 18, you get kicked out the house. You know, the cops gonna tell you that you gotta leave. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that type of thing. Like you really gotta stand on your own at 18 if you're forced to.
Okay. Well, as far as society being as though it's always changing, I was looking at something earlier this week, and I was looking at the changes in by era, the women's body type, what was popular from the 30s up until now, and literally every 10 years it changed drastically. So what's it like? How can we ever go by society standards when it's changing so much? Who's forming these ideas? I think it's best if we form our own ideas. Like I think it's not realistic for a lot of people. I understand that. But ideally, I would like to live a life where I can like live like the Will Smiths and like have my kids do whatever the fuck they want to do. Seriously. Yeah. So yeah, if you have to, understood. It is what it is. But you know, you gotta think out of the box, and I think it's the time to.
Yeah, and I think it's a beautiful thing. I think you just gotta detach yourself. You know what I'm saying? And the biggest thing I think the biggest reason people don't is because people worry about what people gonna think about them.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Thing,
it's like, okay, if I look like this and everybody else look like this, I'm gonna be included. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta think out the box. You gotta do what's in your heart. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta move how you want to move out here.
And especially honestly, like you still got people like committing suicide and stuff. Like obviously that way of like it just does not work. Yeah, it doesn't work.
It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. Yeah,
like this it's not sustainable. You know, if do what you want to do. You like as a parent, when I have a child, I only want one. When I have a child, like when they turn 18, like it's just a number. It's not going to mean anything to me. It really is not.
You're not gonna be like, oh, it's time for you to get the fuck out.
Absolutely not. I think that's nuts. I think that really is crazy.
I do think that's crazy.
And I also I say this so much to you where I say, yo, I think it's so dope. I see it a lot with white people where they'll go to school, they'll graduate college, I'm talking about. And then they come home and they have like their rooms are left. It's like a freaking museum. Like it's left exactly how they left it. Their parents like come home, like you can save up your money, buy a house or whatever. And I always say like, yo, that's so dope about your neighborhood and like your friends. Like y'all parents kind of set that up for y'all, and that's not normal in the Black community. Like I never seen that before. And like that 18, like it just doesn't mean anything. It's not damn sure not gonna mean anything to me when my child turns 18. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. Yes. And speaking on 18-year-olds and the youth of today, I just want to like transition this into like the issue that we have in an urban community with this violence. You know what I'm saying? Just like violence and it's young kids. I'm talking 14 to 18-year-olds just killing each other basically for no reason. And the new wave now is like these fucking carjackings. Like people running up on people on their way to work, you know what I'm saying? And the people getting carjacked is actually fighting back and shooting these people, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I seen it might have been the mayor or the commissioner, whoever the fuck it was on TV saying, the people fighting back, like they will rather people not fight back because you don't know how that could end, you know what I'm saying? But it's just so fucking crazy out here. You can't even ride through neighborhoods anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just like fucking nuts, yo.
And fighting violence with violence.
Fighting violence with violence. It's like, yeah,
like,
that shit is just like,
that.
it's fucking nuts, bro. I don't know. It's just so crazy out here now.
Well, it's to the point now. I've been here for 9 years now, and I just and I never felt unsafe, but that was because I was very naive up until I want to say like 4 years ago or whatever, and more recently, like these apps like Citizens app. If you don't know what Citizens app reports on like anything like where like the police is called. I think that's like what they report if the police were called. Okay. But like they report everything like stabbings, shootings, fires, car accidents, like even the virus. They report everything. Yeah. And you can like pin it so that they'll say if I pin you and like I can see what's going on around you. Yeah. I can see like what's the proximity of where I'm at and all that. Yeah. And then the no gun zone. The page
Instagram,
on
right? Yeah.
My friend put me onto that like a few years ago. I'm not on Instagram, so like I don't look at it or anything. But I had to delete the Citizens app for sure because I was definitely traumatized. But like I didn't know about all these things that was going on, and I didn't pay attention to things. Like I had this attitude like, oh, I'm not in the middle of anything. Yeah. Like, and now like I just want to move. It's like I live in a good area and I still feel really uncomfortable like standing in my car sometimes. Like I be wanting to tell you like, yo, can you come walk outside like if it's late at night. Like it's just
it's crazy. And I think we live a little closer to urban areas now, but when I was in Manayunk, like I didn't think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was so crazy. I felt so at peace when I was up there because I really didn't. I just didn't think it was like it wasn't going on. So I can understand how people leave the hood and just be like, what the fuck? I mean, like it felt like nothing was going on. You know what I'm saying? But when I get closer, it's like, oh shit. Don't shit stop. You know what I mean? Like don't nothing stop. And I try my best to like the apps you were talking about, like the Citizen apps and all that stuff. It's just like, it's so depressing to watch. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I had that joint for a minute and I just had to delete it. And even like, I am on Instagram and I try to keep the content on my Instagram as positive as possible. So like when I scroll down Instagram, I'm seeing positive shit. I don't really like follow like No Gun Zone and stuff like that. But people in my group chat, the infamous group chat, you know, they be on that and they be posting shit. I be like, yo, this shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Every fucking day is a carjacking. Somebody got shot, somebody this, somebody that. So yeah, this protect yourself. And if you can get you a firearm.
Wait, I want you to say that again. But I think being from the area, I'm from North Jersey, right outside New York. I'm from Bergen County. Like, if y'all, Bergen County is like, nothing happen in Bergen County. Like, down here, when I see cops, I will do anything in traffic because I feel like y'all got killers out here to catch. Like, go fucking catch them. Don't worry about what I'm doing in this car. In Jersey, what? I won't even look at my phone. Like, I mean, let's be real. I look at my phone, but like, I got pulled over before for looking at, what are you doing? Like, you just can't do certain things like that. But I'm from that area. So coming down here, like, I was real naive. I didn't know. So, like, my mom just moved out here. Yeah. So, well, she didn't just move. A few years ago, she moved down here, but all she does is watch the news. She's like, Aaron, what's going on in Philly? And I like, now that I'm like aware of these things, I'll be like, I'm so surprised. Like, I'll be like, oh my God. So now it's just like, I was really naive to what was going on. I really did. I was oblivious to the thing. So now that I know, I'm like, oh no,
Yeah, no, this shit is real, man. Everybody need to be protect themselves.
All right, so they get a gun.
Yeah, just, you know, I'll say it like this. If you're willing to go to training to learn how to use a gun, you should get a gun. But if you're getting robbed and you pulling a gun out and fumbling, you're just going to get yourself smoked. There's no reason if you're not going to learn how to use the gun. So if you don't, it's going to sound crazy, but if you're going to be a victim, just be a victim. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly though, like, you don't want to get smoked fumbling for your gun. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know how to use it, just be a victim, just give it up. A lot of times that's best because honestly, if you're protecting a car that, you know, in a grand scheme of things, it don't mean much. It's insured, you know, hopefully. And in the grand scheme of things, it really don't mean that much for you to be like, okay, go ahead, you got it, take the car. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Especially if you don't know how to use a firearm. Now, if you quick draw and draw, you pop, 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 cool. You know what I'm saying? Like you got yourself out of the gym.
Show them how to do it. Show them how to do it. No, how you take it out the.
Oh, I don't even got it on me. But yeah, you gotta know how to use it. You know, if you know how to use it, get one. If you don't, then don't. But you know, I suggest if you do get one, go through training and learn how to use it. But outside of that, just avoid bad areas. Even though the shit can go down anywhere.
Anywhere. Right.
Any fucking where. Like when we was out KOP, we went to dinner. And I don't know if I told this story here before. So we went out to dinner. We leaving the restaurant, walking out of the restaurant, talking, boom, boom. So see a car like skirting through the fucking yeah, through the parking lot. So I'm like, who the fuck is this dickhead? So he come by as fast as shit, almost hit us. Then he come back around. So by this time, the second time we come around, I'm in the car. I'm looking at it, like I'm looking inside his car, like, fuck is you doing? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So there's a girl that was parked on the side, and he was coming to see the girl. I guess he was just showing off of her. So I don't know what happened. I'm not sure what happened. He might have said something to me, and I started walking towards him. And when I started walking towards him, now mind you, I didn't have no gun on me. I was out King pressure. I was chilling. Little nigga said, "Oh, head, I got 30 over here." And if you're not familiar with like slang or urban, anything going on in an urban community, that means I got a extended clip with 30 bullets in this motherfucker. If you come over here, I'm gonna smoke your ass. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I took 2 more steps, and you might have called me like, yo, come on, it ain't worth it. And I'm just like, in that situation, it was just like, I'm out KOP. We chilling, we out having dinner, like we not bothering nobody. So that shit can come to you anywhere. So you don't gotta be in the hood all the time. It's like motherfuckers just want smoke anywhere you go. So it's just good to protect yourself. Yeah. And I will say, and in that same situation, had I had a gun, I might have provoked the situation, and it would have got bad. You know what I'm saying? So in situations like that, it's like, damn. I do want to have it on me, but I don't want to hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Because it gives you extra coverage, right?
It don't give you.
Well, yeah.
You can protect yourself.
Yeah, but it was there was no, like actual like real threat right there.
That's a whole different thing. Because you don't see a threat. I saw the threat with him almost hitting us. And I felt like that was the situation. I understand that,
but I'm saying like us. All right, so first of all, you looking all right? Because I'm like, all right, come on, you're looking them, you're staring them down. That's why he said that.
But
so like, if you had your piece on you, it gives you that extra confidence, right? So like, without any of that, all right, you're being a dickhead. You're driving all fast through this fucking parking lot. You're retarded, but whatever. You're retarded.
100%. I definitely could have been a bigger man in that situation, but you know that's ego. That's fucking man pride and shit. You know.
We could save the last thing for. We got an extra topic for next week. We don't gotta mention this.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. We are back. We did a podcast, like I said,
like we never left.
Like we never left. This shit is like riding a motherfucking bike. Like I said, we are the We Differ Podcast. Thanks for tapping in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being patient with us. Like and subscribe.
Comment.
We about to run these numbers up. Leave comments
on YouTube.
Every Tuesday, we dropping new episodes. We get the episode till we get to 100.
We dropping period.
And then we going to take 100 to 1,000. You feel me?
Yeah, I think you can like on Apple. What? I think you can like on Apple too.
You can like.
I'm really.
Yeah, you can. You can subscribe or like on Apple.
Oh, definitely subscribe on that stuff.
Yeah. But tap in. We back and
tap.
We out here. We Differ Podcast. We out.
Peace.